The Lakers lost. And they didn't just lose to Golden State. They lost to a Golden State team that didn't have Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Steph Curry. And Lonzo Ball's last 3 games, he's 7 for 33. He looks tired. And Jason Tatum hit a wall in January, February. And Boston's rebuild is only moderately interesting because they have a guy they traded for, Kyrie Irving. So Jason Whitlock offered this yesterday on the show and got real pushback.
The key word here is consider. So just keep that in mind as you listen to me. Consider. Yes, they should consider it. You're catching LeBron at a little bit when he's moving into the end of his career.
Yeah.
And so that's a 2 or 3 year window. Can you win it right now with LeBron? And you got Golden State and Houston out there. If you have the patience to say, you know what, I like what I'm seeing from Randall and some of these other guys. Let's wait until next year and maybe a Klay Thompson, maybe a Kawhi Leonard. That might be a better long-term play than LeBron James.
So you're going to choose Julius Randle over LeBron?
No.
You're going to consider it?
Consider patience, yes.
You mentioned one key word, consider. You forgot a phrase, for 10 seconds. Okay? There is no way, if you can get LeBron James, you get him.
This is something. When A-Rod went to the Yankees and Jim Harbaugh went to Michigan football and LeBron to the Lakers, you just do it. Harbaugh's never been as good as we thought at Michigan. A-Rod was never guaranteeing the World Series titles we thought with the Yankees. And LeBron maybe wouldn't win a title or more than one with the Lakers. You do it. Anytime you can put a prolific generational icon with a great franchise, it explodes. What has happened in my business over the last 30 years? We used to talk about teams. And then we talked about players. Now we just talk about stars. And we never stop talking when star goes to Yankees, Lakers, Cowboys, Patriots, Packers. You just do it. You do it for business. You do it because you can raise your ticket prices. You do it because you're the talk of the league. You do it because, and I'll tell you a big reason why you do it. Obviously, he'll make you better, but you'd have to go into a marriage for 5 years, and by the end of it, you're overpaying maybe. But here's another reason you do it. Because Laker basketball in this country was always fun. The Celtics won a bunch of games, but they were diving for loose balls. It was methodical basketball. The Lakers were Showtime. Shaq and Kobe was Showtime 2-0. What the Lakers aren't right now, they're not explosive and dynamic and as fun. The Lakers brand, like any brand, when it's neglected, can dip. LeBron would make the Lakers dynamic and athletic and fun and discussed, even if Harbaugh doesn't win a national title. He keeps winning 9-10 games. You get to major bowl games. Your next coach, if he bolts, is a guy that's like, listen, you can win 10 games there. I can build a world-class staff. You got to take care of these big brands. We've seen it over and over. I grew up with J.C. Penney, gone. Blockbuster Video, gone. You got to, even the biggest brands in the world, a company I used to work at, ESPN, struggling, erosion of brand, erosion of market share, erosion of employment numbers. You got to take care. When you're a big brand, you have such a built-in advantage, and you can get a star, do it. I mean, again, these Laker players, they're branches. This tree has no trunk. These are branches. Brandon Ingram's a branch. Kyle Kuzma's a branch. Lonzo Ball could be a really big branch. LeBron's the trunk of the tree. They lost to a team last night. Here was the Warriors starting lineup. Kayvon Looney, Nick Young, who is sort of loony, Quinn Cook, Jaja Pachulia, and Amari Caspi off the bench. And they led by 15 at one point. These are neat little branches. I like Lonzo Ball. He's not a bust. I like him. And I'm going to like him more next year. And he's a perfect fit for L.A. and this team and blah, blah, blah. But don't talk yourself out of obvious. Be careful talking yourself out of obvious.
If I'm the Lakers organization, first off, the Lakers are going to sell themselves. The organization is what it is, one of the best in history of sports. The city, his business, that he could get off the court, get into movies that he's been doing and things like that. But if I'm the organization, I'm not going to sit and wait for him to make the decision, because then you could lose some of your young pieces. You have a Julius Randle who's playing well right now. If you know for sure LeBron's coming, then okay, now let's make some moves. But you can't sit here waiting like, okay, well, is he coming or is he not coming? And then mess up everything, left holding the bag with nothing in it. You have to make sure you take care of inside the house first. And then if he comes, then you can start moving things around.
You know a lot of different players. What do your players say about LeBron's movement? Even if it's not L.A., what are they saying? I mean, Cleveland's got no cap space. They can't reboot this thing again for 2 years.
I'm thinking maybe Houston.
That's what I say.
I'm thinking Houston. I mean, he's been wanting to play with Chris Paul for the longest.
Yeah.
And I think Houston is a very realistic destination.
Players like Houston, too. Like when I've talked to pro athletes,
no tax,
no state tax.
Yeah.
Though, this is something that you wouldn't think it's a big deal. But there's a reason the Eastern Conference, I've always theorized. Listen, it's a winter league. When you get off that plane at 2:45 in Houston, it's 64 degrees.
I was feeling good.
It's 9 in Boston.
Yeah,
you're like
shivering.
So Houston's one of those places in America that is still warm. We went there to the Super Bowl. It's warm in February. It's 80 today.
Yes, I really see him possibly going to Houston.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.